problem at the moment because DJ,
So,
as in
Chris, so,
Evelyn wasn't
so,
moved.
so Wrathful Evelyn is still where he was last said. Does that mean he's floating in space? Yeah.
No, the planet wasn't destroyed. It's just it became a desert planet.
He's left on a desert planet?
Yes,
I mean, he's been out for
because
months at this point.
yeah, and he's still where
Oh
exactly
no!
where
Why didn't nobody grab him? I thought we grabbed him before we left.
he was. Ironically, he was originally in limbo, but he was moved. But no one knew he was moved.
But let me guess, by the admins. Mm.
Yes, but sadly, the person that not even the bookkeeper knew he was moved till he actually maybe went to go look.
Yeah.
Meaning somebody much stronger than he is doing things.
Things they shouldn't be.
Almost like she wants things to burn. Like on purpose.
Oh, great. We're going to teach Starling how to fight and defeat the other one. The one Starling how to fight and defeat this bitch.
Yeah, but they don't know where they are, and the reason why they're doing this is just a certain situation. Is this abnormal? It's just because of the certain situation related to how this. She also knows this situation could have been actually prevented.
Yeah, but it doesn't give her yeah, but it doesn't give her the right to just destroy a whole bunch of shit.
I know, but she can also undo it. If she really, really wants to. But there's a reason. But she doesn't. Because there's a reason.
This is all fucking Exodus' fault.
Because remember, this is part of a repercussions.
Everyone's mad, getting more, probably gonna get more and more mad at Exodus. But you still son of a bitch.
You know the running thing that you regret to do as a teenager? Like problems? Like one of those really severely bad regret what you do as a teenager such scenarios more than you normally should. And that's why she's acting this way. It's more an indication this is actually, even though it's Angelus is saying, you might not like the repercussion because you notice it's still connected to the same thing.
All balanced?
That's why I did it. No, because someone didn't listen.
Well, everyone tried. It's just anyone who was strong enough was already dealing with their own problems.
I know. That's why I said it was actually a result of something like a trail of multiple issues that was because of lack of actually individuals available, but it also could have actually been fixed. Kinda. Because of lack of information being, lack of communication.
And the problem is, Linnell actually can't sense the tumors that occurred on that tree either,
Because it wasn't a tree.
I know. That's why she couldn't sense it. She's like, it wasn't a tree, it was a rat. Tell me it was a tree. He's like, I couldn't sense it. It's not a tree.
Yeah, but remember how unorganized they were before? And someone just organized them?
Yeah.
As a
bookkeeper.
Yes. And right now they're just the last of the. And let you know, having that planet is actually causing that planet was causing people to be late for social activities.
Really?
Because it didn't have the proper people controlling it in
And
that,
like
in
Lomo,
that sector.
meanwhile, Lomo is still very livid, and she's like, she's like, you destroyed my project.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, fun, I'm just gonna make life somewhere else.
Yeah, but thanks to a certain goober, he kind of saved half of everyone at least, and it was Yuri.
Kind of did, but also so he's supposed to be able to come out, but someone moved him from somewhere from that location. Wasn't Yuri? Yuri wasn't able to move him. He managed to give him enough energy so he can get out sooner, even though it's chaotic energy. But he will. But he might not be too fond of what he's seen to occur at though. When he wakes up, as in that the one certain Evelyn that was in the cocoon.
Yeah. The question I should ask, honestly, is what parts did...
Now people really died, as most of the ecosystem was fucked.
No, I'm saying, what did Ingo. What did Yuri mostly take?
Didn't take anything.
No, when he infused me with chaos energy, what part did that override instead of it being corrupted?
It would actually just infuse him with chaotic energy. One of his eyes might be different looking.
No, I know that, but I'm saying what energy did it override?
It didn't override much anything other than it completely removed the corrupt energy.
Okay, that's good.
But he might have be more Chimera than he typically would be.
Oh yeah, because it still has wings now instead of no rings.
No, he'll have. Remember, they'll. You know how Discord has two different things. He'll have to be like that.
Okay.
So he'll have that weird trait where he'll be ascend cement that I can't my brain can't I can't word asymmetrical. So, in other words, one which you were kind of already were kind of. Well, a variant of you were, because one side of you had white hair, and one other side had black hair.
Well, no, it was more mixed, but now you're saying it's asymmetrical, so one side is black, but probably demonic energy, and one is chaos energy, which is most likely just white hair.
And one more likely, that's not all the demonic energy was taken. Replaced with chaos. So the only element there that's left would be left still there. It would be some other energy, but nobody knows what it is. But it is a white energy, though. Because the chaos energy is actually, it would be a black color with a whole bunch of, very much a Niblia like hair on one side. If you wanted to know specifically. DJ.
No, I get you. But yeah, so
the other energy is unknown. Even though it's white, it could be anything. Or it could be just something neutral. But the demonic energy is all token.
Oh, that's cool.
Or it could be data hair.
Oh yeah, he does have a strand of data hair.
Well, he did. A variant of him did. But it could be actually there. Or that whole part of him could be data hair.
Yeah.
Unintentionally. Because Yuri, when he was doing that with that person variant, was kind of had something wrong with him. But the color, but you would have all three, but there will be these streaks, and then the rest of it would be white. On that side, if you want to know specifically.
Yeah.
Or it's the blue data, the neutral gray data, and then there's the green data. Which is supposed to be referred as corrupted data. Even though he's not supposed to be corrupted, but there is a strand, a streak of it in his hair.
Oh, cool.
So, well, this version, a variant of him. But like I said, his area parts are generally his ears would be not exactly the way they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be different, two different colors as well, but they're not exactly symmetrical either because they're, or if you know that side that's supposed to be like white, that ear is actually black on that side. The fur on that side is what I was referring to.
Wait, there's fur on what part specifically?
You know the ears. You know the foxes. The fox ears you have.
Yeah.
One of them is supposed to be the side that's supposed to be on the ear on the side with the white is actually black.
Oh, okay.
The same thing with opposite side, and then you have a set. One of your wings is furred, and the other one is feathered. But your tails are still the way they usually are, though, where they're would be splitted similarly. So, if one side being a certain color, the other side that one color.
Oh, okay.
If you remember. But he some reason has them earlier than he should. Even though they don't do anything. Until he actually gets to the potential where they actually do something. Because level lock reasons.
Level luck reasons.
Sorry, now they're just for looks. So generally at the moment, we are streaming, right? Catbox?
I'm giving my ice cream side beer back.
Yes.
Hey. Okay. Generally the indications that someone has changed, but generally that's going to be the entertaining part. He's back on the one planet still. Eflin is. The place that everybody left from. Yeah, but the individuals that you are connected to romantically, they're still in a safe little location. More likely being taken care of by literally my cave somewhere. But nobody knows where that would be.
Does that include where did the people of Tornado go?
That one is interesting mystery. But I do
Yeah,
know.
because let's see. There's Mia that's there, and there's also Karina's there.
Yeah, but they're fine. But there's a small group of any of the Avenger individuals, as well as certain individuals, kind of just clustered with a certain place for a specific reason. But nobody knows exactly where they actually went to. Because other than they were teleported off somewhere by Fluxus somewhere.
All right.
That is the thing. So that's the only intro. And more likely, even though he was told that he had to leave, I think the only person that's still, quote unquote, at where Evelyn is, but I'll get back to that in a second, unless you want to do something else and not get your ice cream.
I mean, yeah, I'll need to give me my ice cream real quick. So go ahead and do the other two givers.
Okay. Because only person that generally has the ability to go back and forth between locations because he just can, because he has the stuff to do that, which is actually Hayes, because he was keeping tabs on Evelyn to see how he's doing.
Well, it would take a few days for Alarix to get to where he's going.
It's going to take a few days. And then there's some, generally with that situation, there's a lot of interesting chaos, because I do know where they are. And at this point, Hayes may went somewhere else with them, because also a different location out of that region, because he wants to do his own thing. And more likely, he knows Evelyn more likely would want to do that as well. Or kind of be closer to somebody. But he will have to figure out how to interact with certain individuals, because they're not concerned. So more likely those individuals are closer to the quote-unquote king.
Alright, I would say, probably would have said about as long as it took for them to get to Inosuna, the coast there, but since there's an actual road and stuff, it'll probably take half as much, so probably about like 5 days, maybe 4.
Because at the moment, the where the king is, he's generally having his little location where that is near his own little capital area, and they've been doing things, and they're working on figuring out what to do with their stuff at the moment. Even though they don't have as much area to deal with, they already are working on something else. But nobody actually knows what's going on other than over there, because unless someone actually interacts with them.
Probably. I mean, they're the people that's gonna be buying the mead. Who's buying the mead? It's the Festians buying the mead, right? Or gonna buy the mead, right?
Yes, but also the other individuals that are even and will be trading certain resources with on occasions, also for certain things, because more likely, as he already has some resources that are, because remember there's a trade agreement for this resources to go back and forth related. He's not asking for anything right at the moment, but he's just going to be right now, because once the road's there, you would have your wagon, and no request for anything after the road's finished.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember, the wagon has a decent movement speed, from my knowledge. At its fastest movement speed, it can go about I think it's he was only moving 3 times the speed of a typical horse would be. It actually can move 5 times the speed of a horse if he wanted to go at its full movement speed. He was actually going slower than it actually can actually go. Because he was being careful, just in case they ran into something. Because even though it's in a very durable structure, something you could run into something and cause them to get ricochet off of something and get them sent flying somewhere. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why he didn't want to do that. That's why he was only going 3 times the speed that a typical horse would go. Instead of 5 times its typical speed, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
If it's a straight line and no risk of anything going on the road, you might be fine going at that speed. But there's a small chance that something might be in the road. You know, the hazards of,
the new world.
Wilderness.
Oh.
And animals.
Yeah.
Look, Ma, roadkill. Except it's bigger enough to make you send your car off the road and flying into the side of the cliff nearby. If you get the joke.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why also having these vehicles and moving around at that speed, it's able to
I mean, let me
dodge.
pull up the map. Once he... I mean, essentially... Like, once he gets past the second bridge... Or I guess, yeah, once he gets past the second bridge there... Or like in between... Like here and up to the second bridge, it starts getting to like plains territory. And, like past the second bridge there would be just like plains.
There's still a chance of running across predators over there, though.
At least we'll see them coming.
Or even see it in the middle, right? Like,
It's like,
okay.
was that a wolf or is that a dire wolf or a regular wolf?
Oh yes, they just keep coming.
No, I'm pretty sure that's a regular wolf. I don't know, it is coming pretty fast though. No, why does it have like a skull mark on its head?
It's running from something else, though. I see what it's running from.
That's a Devil Joe.
God, you're a savage, though.
God damn it! Why do these things keep following me?
As big as they are, I'm back on Horace.
It's a pickle baby.
I don't know. I mean, he'd still be terrified of like this big thing coming at him, though. It doesn't matter if it's gotten bigger or smaller.
Yeah, but it doesn't smell like it has rabies. That's why it avoided us and went for the wolf instead. It's just stay put. See if you angrily change it. Nope, never mind. It's a normal one.
It's pickle. I would snuggle that pickle.
I guess we're fine at this point. I guess I don't give care of shits about that wolf. Anyways.
I just sneak up on him and be like, I'm gonna pat his tummy, and he'll have no clue because he's too big.
It was trying to hunt me. Because I think notice, and what's interesting, Horace is the only place where you can find the bone wolves. That looked like a skull, but it was actually something else. It's just the way they're colored. That looked like that wolf looked different.
That looked like an actual bone.
No, that looks like it actually had a colored pattern to make it look like it had that. I don't have the picture for them, but they just have a like a kind of like you know how wolves sometimes they can get weird patterns on their face to make it look like something.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much what it had. It was actually literally a normal wolf, not having a dire wolf, not having a good day. It's becoming snack.
We're becoming snack?
No, the dire wolf was becoming a snack. Anyways. Anyways. So casually keep on going. Anyways. We could actually. I just remind me. I think I know where someone is. If we get the chance to get over that direction. Is right now, is he going to the coast, or is he actually going up, going to the bring the resources to the to where the king is?
Alrix?
Yeah.
He's going to the capital he's building.
Ah.
Because last time Ernest was like, he was yeah, just proposed to Nazette and everything, and then Ernest comes in and was like, hey, by the way, you do know the place you wanted to build a capital or something like that is turning into a farm, is turning into a fishing village. You might want to get down there, to actually do stuff at the capital. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Because he's kind of has left it unattended. He set up the spot for like, I don't know, like a month and a half ago. It's like, hey, down here, and he's just kind of left it unattended for that long. Yeah, like about a month and a half, he's left it unattended. So that's where he's heading.
Okay, so he can kind of spot to have a building be built for himself.
Yeah, building built for himself. Get it.
And family. In general.
Yeah, build the keep for him, I guess.
Slash
Alice.
As well as office location over there too.
Yeah.
Because you need plans for the actual build, him to live in, and you also need the area for the office. The two. Number the building clash, that.
Mm-hmm.
Areas.
I guess, yeah. Whatever Gilbo's doing during that time.
I mean, knowing her, she's probably just talking with what's his face about various things. Because I think last time she was kind of just filling him in on everything that he missed.
Sullivan, the one individual that, or is like, I'm not dealing with this person. There is him over there.
Yeah. Joe has been filling him on literally everything he's missed. including at the entire time when Angelus was broken and kept becoming smaller and smaller pieces and almost disappeared entirely.
Yeah, but if she didn't attune to a champion, she would have actually collapsed completely.
I'm guessing she wasn't strong enough to take what's his face out of storage at that point.
I also forgot at the same time. But now she remembers, but nothing she can do about it right at the moment. Because he actually has all of the stuff. And she comically, some reason, made copies of it. It's funny, she has the ability to make copies of the stuff. Even though she's... That's what's weird about it.
Uh-huh.
Of those objects. Even though you're not supposed to, it's because those objects are not the primary objects. They're the extra ones she made. Not the one, because only one of them, because she didn't make any, because he's actually wearing the only object that was from before.
Oh, what? What's his face?
Yeah, Zella, is, which is the armor.
Huh. Interesting.
Which is a different armor. Is the only thing that exists from before. Which is a little different than from which is different from what's his face, which his stuff is supposed to become an armor. This is actually his armor that eventually gets things added to it, which is actually different between the two. What's interesting, the object she originally had from Code 7 that's supposed to go for him, those objects were destroyed. Or they disappeared. So there's another set of objects somewhere. But they are unknown where they could be.
I mean, Angel's objects can't really be destroyed unless it's by somebody stronger than her. It was just a weird event that happened. Wouldn't they just be out there floating somewhere?
Well, she knows where they are, but sadly, that's why she was confused why he was put over there. Because after she gained her memory, she grabbed the stuff and preparing a location for him, and then that happened.
And Jack's like, I'm gonna have to. And Jack's like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to fucking go over there and get him, aren't I?
Because she has his stuff. His stuff is different enough. His objects are different than from what Evelyn has.
And Jack is like, wait, so I have a. I mean, well, Jack is like, in the background, is like thinking, like.
I was during the phase where I didn't think objects need to have a person in them. Phase, if you remember.
Uh huh.
They're just special objects. That's why none of my objects actually have people inside them. For some reason, Evelyn's is a unique one. For some reason, does. Every single one of his objects, including gems, do. Which is the difference between the object sets. Or I can do this. As she just... Isn't Davu back over there again?
Oh, what? Sending Davu back over with the stuff?
Because it might be better just to have him be over there for the time being. Because he only needs to be there for for a certain period of time anyways.
And she's like, for what, like a year? And then...
I'm just trying to figure out the joke, because it's kind of a weird situation at the moment.
Davu just took the stuff in. does over there. Hmm. I guess Dawa makes her way over there, and I guess she comes down, and she's like, and she comes down, and she's like, well, hello there, handsome.
Anyway. Mm.
And Dalvin's flirting with him. Like she tends to do. Except she secretly has the hots for a certain fox in the ritual. She just don't want to admit it. And I can't act it out because he's not. He's been missing for like 3 sessions now. Mm.
Mhm.
And I was like, huh?
He's like, he actually does take his object, but what's funny, he doesn't have as many objects as you think he has. But his objects are mostly. That's why. What's funny, his box wasn't very big. She was given because most of his objects were gems, except a few things.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna throw a grenade.
Why do I feel like I was kind of just plopped here, like I wasn't wanted somewhere else?
Or did he finally wake up?
Yeah, he's been awake. Over there.
I think he's a little crazy. It was like, oh, why did I feel like I got plopped here like I didn't really want it? Nah, that didn't happen at all.
That weird sense that he feels like you.
Bartender's like, no, you're going crazy. That could never happen.
He's having conspiracy theory that I think he was somewhere just plopped there, but he was plopped somewhere, but they don't know where he's plopped. Anyways. Ernest. Unless someone tells him.
And it'd be funny if Gilbo's like, by the way, you're in this place at this time on this planet.
Okay.
And she's like, wow, you're relatively calm about this. Most people would freak out. Why? How are you so calm?
I was inside of in a state where I was in a dormant state, usually.
It'd be funny if Jack, like, texts him and is like, hey, do you still have your phone?
He just pulls it out of his bag. The screen's cracked, but yes.
He texts is like, you should cast a repair spell. I'll give you a link for the spell. gives a link to the cell. And how to test it.
He sends him a middle
phone.
finger emoji.
And Jax sends a hug emoji with a text below. I missed your butt. And he's like, "Don't worry, I was trapped in a video." And below it says, "Don't worry, I'm a lot more humble now." And it's like, I was trapped in a video game for 20 plus years, full of glitch monsters. It's like, I've learned my lesson.
Someone regretted their life choices. It isn't you.
He's
Again,
like, "That would be." He explains the situation.
I know I was kind of told, but I wasn't too exactly sure.
He explains exactly who Exodus is and exactly what Exodus did wrong.
Oh.
Mm.
Children these days never ever listen to their elders, do they?
And
Especially
Jack's
with one that
like,
can't lie.
"Oh, by the way, Sam's back. Sam's back with us too. Thought he was dead. Turns out I was wrong."
We're about that later. I'm just trying to figure out. Well, I kind of sense the. Oh, interesting. I sense one of the fragments of that one individual.
He's like, "Which one?"
Well, he's not. Everyone says he's evil, but I had to see it's only chaotic energy.
He text that it used to be demonic. Maybe Yuri swapped it.
And also, I sense data energy. All three of them.
And
Would be
Jack is
weird.
like, "Yeah, you know how you're currently over there. Yeah, apparently there's a weird thing that's gonna happen where there's gonna be a rubber band thing at some point, and anyone who's left behind after that will probably lose their powers. Uh, uh. He's like, "But don't worry, we're working on it."
And yeah, because we're separated from her. It makes sense. Can't actually be champions of her if she's not in the same in the same dice.
He's like, she's also got two other interesting champions send pictures of Paws and Gongus running from a giant crab.
And also, I noticed they have a piece of Yuri over there.
That's funny.
Man, that guy really has issues of constantly changing the way he looks.
Uh-huh. And it's like, "Oh yeah, everything that's confusing. You should see the whole thing that happened with his weird love life." Shows him like everything that's happened with Yuri from when when he first met Ultima all the way up till now. This shit, just how complicated shit has gotten. Because now Yuri's like multiple people technically.
Because someone fucked up.
Uh,
Because of
Hey.
that was caused by literally a pretzel flavored freaking fish cracker. God damn it.
He's like, he's like, oh, so he showed what happened to about Melik and like Vesca and all that, and about the Havbu incident. Uh, uh, you know, that whole thing.
And then there's actually, hmm, did everyone did people forget about the recycle again?
He's like,
Accidentally.
don't worry. We only missed 30% of him, and we got the rest of that with a giant summit cannon. He is gonzo. And as long as we don't piss out the computer, everything will be fine. It won't throw villains at us again.
And one confusing part, you guys are. Why did you guys pick a Savannah? Gilbo and Dennis.
Gilbo's like, because she explains about her species. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Fester's breaking up really bad on my end. Now she's quiet. What?
I forgot to fix something.
Oh, okay. What we're trying to explain. What we're trying to. Because Gilbo explained that it's because the other area was too cold for her own people, but they didn't want to have to move to a full-on volcanic place because they still wanted to have a place where they could properly grow food, which is why they chose the savannah. Because normally her kind lives in really hot volcanic places. But she knows that the podling sphere individuals need starch, and it wouldn't be very fair to them to end up being in a volcanic area because it's kind of damn near impossible to grow anything starchy when the ground is rocky and hot.
The only thing that can kind of grow on in that type of weird, rocky, hot soil would be a cave carrot. And
Yeah, and that wouldn't be very good.
And that's about it. And then there's one other thing that does, but it don't exist anymore. Or, well, it does, but not here.
Mm-hmm.
It is another item, but isn't that weird potato? Yeah, that grows underground.
It's like, oh yeah, okay, potato. Mm.
Yeah, the cave potato. But like I said, it's not here. It would be somewhere else. Oh, is there a DJ returned from his abyss, or I'm
Yeah.
getting answered?
Yep. So
Anyway,
it'd be his turn. Mm.
or his deal with his chaos in a second. Uh, Generally, at the moment, is someone's having traveling music. Anyways, but at the moment, the individual is kind of dealing with certain things, but the situation is that someone would be waking up soon, or just would be exactly about waking up, and someone's been keeping an eye on him, as in the cocoon thing he's in, as in Haze, because he's able to go back and forth because that one ability to be able to go back and forth between places.
Damn it, Kayla, you endanger us all.
Because he still cares about him, even though. Also, and the only thing, he wasn't moved there by Yuri. He was still left in the little weird limbo location. The other individual moved him there. Admin 001 moved him there. Moved him there. He was supposed to be still in limbo, but somebody moved him out of limbo to there.
Drug.
Yeah. As inside us, he would be able to come out now. So, only thing I noticed, the first thing you notice, the weather is very. There's no town where you are.
Hmm. You just come out of the cocoon in his new form, but then he just starts looking around and he's just like confused.
But you notice he knows where he is because he kind of recognizes his location, but only thing that's off, everything got dried up as almost like a different desert, as if the desert took over the whole fucking area, like temperatures did.
Starts looking around, he's like,
But also looks like a large fucking beam went through the whole fucking area.
hmm.
And destroyed everything. What's funny, the only thing that the only thing that's still surviving over there is the fucking Harrow fruit.
Yeah, I think when he sees the hair, he's like, okay, this was not attacked. But what happened to him?
It was attacked, but Harrow fruit's Harrow fruit. Because it can survive in desert regions.
Got that there's still hair fruits by
It's growing wildly, if you notice, not maintained.
yeah, that means by this they were not not attacked by anyone in particular. Because it was the enemy faction, they would have burnt everything to the ground.
It's almost like the area. You know how the sensation, what it looks like a tornado went through it?
Yeah.
That's what it looked like, what happened. But what's concerning, it actually damaged her house, which is abnormal.
And I can make it known.
No one else is actually there, but
And there's
Hey,
no
other
blood
than K's.
splatters anywhere.
nope, no one died because they left a long time ago because of another reason.
So he's going
Wait,
through
what?
like the ruins of Torredale now. Then.
That's where he was.
All right.
I don't even have the picture. I don't have the location for that right now because I've been waiting for him to be on so I can actually fucking make it. But he has never been on for me to have time for me to do that. Or I don't have a way to make a map at the moment because I stopped paying for that because I don't have my internet's been so laggy. I've not been able to make maps.
All right. Well, I have appropriate wasteland music then.
Just so Torrodale looks like it became a wasteland because the temperature, it's no longer jungle. It's more like the region seems to be more a lush desert, if you would say, where he is at. What it turned into.
I need to figure out if there's any caves around because we never actually had like a mine in town. So now we have a desert. Now I can test it at actually a cave.
Like
Wait,
more
no, I
like
don't. Wait, I don't need to because there's literally a giant hole.
And there's also
Oh.
some places, What?
Well, since there's no one there, you just gotta
There was-
immediately just start.
Well, no one was there generally there, but someone was kind of waiting nearby for him
Oh,
to
do I
make
see
come
them?
out. It's Caves. He was waiting for him.
It is waves. Hi.
Well, if I guess you noticed the chaos.
Yeah, not the first time.
Yeah, the entire planet's ecosystem has completely got flipped over its head.
Ooh, it sounds like a fun fashion project.
Well, generally where everyone else is somewhere else, if you wanted to know.
I had a feeling. I didn't sense any deaths anywhere.
No one really died. Well, not here at least, but the other event that happened that actually caused
Maybe
death
not here.
was actually was all the animals.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Where,
Well,
there's gonna-
if anything didn't survive the change at least, or evolve to adapt to the change.
Hmm.
That's
say
what that.
potential animals and stuff. Okay. Well, that's gonna be interesting.
Uh,
Now,
some weird individual in armor showed up
huh?
and kind of started just really rearranging the entire temperatures and everything, and there's a good in the many of the higher up divines are keep on saying it might be actually the reason why they're there is because there was a couple of things that happened relations of event that's something to do with Yuri himself is one of them. Two, someone actually not listening to Angelus.
No.
And then made this place unstable.
We'll kill him later.
Well,
Just have
right
the
now,
guy-
not really kill him. He's more sulking in a corner in his area ever since then.
Ah, yes, Exodus. This was Exodus' fault.
Wait, the night. Wait, that night was Exodus. Though.
No, this is it's because he originally Exodus was not supposed to actually have it happen to be on this world. This planet was they were actually supposed to go somewhere else because Angelus said they were supposed to go somewhere else because the planet was going to be overloaded with too much civilizations.
Uh-huh. But Exodus didn't do anything.
Refused because he wanted to be a stubborn teenager at the time. and slowly also to the point where they had constantly had issues with his brother. Where he overworked himself to the point where he never had time to do a family go out to go to those social interactions like meeting things that a certain bookkeeper individual that put together. He's been because he's actually been late to those because of the last several events that has been going on.
Because we were supposed to have at least one meeting that we fucking didn't even have one meeting. Period. Yeah.
Because they're they're supposed to have breaks of this like an hour break to have at least social thing. He actually didn't the whole fucking time, or didn't have a break at all during any of this. They were running him ragged, where he never got a break during that whole fucking time.
It's funny.
To prevent you guys from fucking dying.
It's fucked up a little bit and funny. Because in my head canon is that Carker died when there's that massive explosion. I just imagine he was probably in the Capitol getting a sandwich or something, visiting home, and looked up and was like, "Oh, what's that?" And this fucking thing comes down and vaporizes the entire area.
Actually, no, that the events related to the ecosystem being all messed up. Sounds something else later. It's just this event is actually related to repercussions of one essence.
That doesn't mean it's okay for them to destroy the whole. I'm not gonna argue about this. I'm gonna kick their asses because they literally annoyed me.
Well, it's just Exodus who's at fault.
Yeah, no, but still, that other person did come in here and kind of yeeted the system, so he's gonna yeet him into the ground.
You can try. The admin is stronger than you.
They don't know much.
This one has half the patience.
Well, I don't know where they are, and they already been doing things that Angelus just can't do anything about it at the moment because they actually took someone out of somewhere that she was going to do something else with, and then plopped him randomly in front of someone. And he's fine. That individual's okay, but lucky he woke up in front of someone else.
Why is that? He looks all innocent, like and confused.
Not you. I'm not referring to you. I was referring to Angelus has a secondary champion that's connected to the same thing as you. And he has
usually the general champion. But yeah.
I know, but that's what the issue. The rumor has it he was plopped in front of Alarix.
Oh yeah.
But he was moved. He was gently moved over to well, I guess Gilbo and Gilbo and Alarix are no longer a thing anymore. They're separate areas.
Interesting. I didn't see that beforehand at all.
And at the moment, the quote-unquote individual that was plopped over where, quote-unquote, was literally kind of comically this plopped over where Gilbo was because his energy was confusing Ernest.
All right, Ernest.
When the energy confuses a divine of chaos, means something's very off about that guy, the person that was plopped up, the champion that was occurred. Like his energy, his vibes really confused him. Not like they're bad. It's just, why do I sense a clone? I need to get it out of my face. That's literally the rumor I heard.
I will pet the cat. Speaking of cat, hey cat, hey Mickey, you're not supposed to help on my couch. I'll kill you.
You're just staring over. It's like,
So generally, so at the moment you could be here, or you can go over where Poi is.
Ooh.
Is generally everyone is over there. Well, mostly are Pacific and others are.
oh yeah.
Or individuals that were living here in Toradell. Well, most of them. That was.
I kind of want to keep this area.
It's just right now it's kind of not livable at the moment because there's no city or town. Because it kind of got,
Watch out of character, but watch. Let's see. You'll watch and see Evelyn make a literal glass house because you're so fucking stubborn to not leave.
No, he's doing much more better now. The other one which he was a little bit stubborn on it. He has we call it, what's the word?
Spider holding?
No, the other one. You have a better way to utilize something.
His house wasn't completely destroyed. Just half of it was. The side that was destroyed. What's funny? The side that was destroyed wasn't actually the side that was actually important.
Oh wait, the nursery is still good? Nice.
Now it's the part that doesn't. Now it's the part where no people were destroyed. Even though the nursery was destroyed, but all of his benches and that stuff is all there. It's just that. That's the utilities. Yeah. It's just the living part is kind of gone on the upper half of the building.
Yeah.
And it does look like it's.
He's gonna look at the wall, and he's like, "How deep do you think that is?"
Well, all I know there was a big beat. Oh right, it was caused by some other interview. Oh yeah, the giant. Then there was the hole in the ceiling, and then someone fixed it. She did fix it, but she never returned though. Some odd reason.
Wait, someone got the attacker?
No, Angelus did fix this building once before. I guess after the incident when you were kind of attacked by something. And left you a box of your things over there inside the house, and which are still there, ironically, because that area didn't get destroyed.
Well, either way. I'm also curious now. I'll worry about it later.
Well, I think the only other building I think that survived this weird attack, I think, was that.
Please say the local
sandwich shop.
That would be my sandwich shop. Yes.
And the building behind it, which is a random house.
Oh, praise us! Praise! Yes! Yes! The glorious sandwich shop has survived. Oh, Gilbo will be so happy.
The only places. Yeah.
He's not gonna need a sub at any point.
Yeah, so in other words, your tavern kind of got obliterated.
Yeah, I already had the blueprint for it. I can always remake it.
With what wood?
There's still somewhat wood around. It's more likely dried out though.
Oh, that's fine. I just had to rehydrate it. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go down that hole, so he would just immediately just go down the hole.
Yeah, there is a hole. I don't know
Oh
why this is.
no, he's going down the rabbit hole. Or as I call it, the chicken hole.
It's that weird. It's that there is a large hole. While you guys are gone, there is a giant burrow in the middle of the town, like structure.
Oh no, he's gonna go down there and start hearing disembodied voices and Alice in Wonderland music.
I mean, he went down there, so sure.
Yeah. The thing that he finds down there is just it seems to be this is actually a very it's actually fascinating. To you realize this burrow this structure. You ever see you know what structures are like, right?
Ant structures, yeah.
That's pretty much what this is.
Ant burrows, but yeah.
Yeah, this is a ant tunnel.
Ooh, new creatures. Time to kill it.
No, this creature existed for a while. It's just they lived somewhere else.
Yeah. Well, he will go into it. He's like, so now where is the creatures? Because I'm gonna take this over. Also, should I roll? I need to roll. Let's see if I find any ores when I'm down there.
More likely they're quick to find some. You just have to roll for this, what you find along the way, because it goes pretty far down. Pretty much, yes. The planet turned into a giant ant colony. Just let you guys know. Catbox are still there.
Yeah.
It turned into a giant ant colony. It's one of the creatures that still survived because of the magic to keep it from becoming a giant lands planet. That is gone. So the whole entire planet is giantified. That's why there's ants that size. So the creatures that survived were the stuff from the giant lands. If you wanted to know that,
Don't know who'd
PJ.
want to still stay there.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever still wants to stay there must be crazy.
Ants. Ants and other random desert-related large fucking bugs and other creatures that would live in desert or regions that's large, that are larger than they should be. That's pretty much what magically happened. So whatever happened here, something's been modifying the ecosystem here, adding things to it, and that weren't here before. Because this is actually new, because they shouldn't be over here already. Because there's usually a barrier that keeps them from going over. As Evelyn remembers, there generally would be over only in the giant ants, but they wouldn't be ants over in this area. But it's definitely an ant tunnel.
Mm-hmm. Right now, I'm just gonna be looking around for
Ores. I just need your roll.
I forgot what it uses Dex, right? No, Wisdom. No, is it?
Yeah, it's wisdom. You're using perception to look for something.
25. Not a bad roll.
Yeah, then roll me a. Actually, roll me a d12.
Okay.
See if it's a common or uncommon. Oh, I guess it's something common. But there's actually a few common things you could. Roll me a d4, and then I'll tell you what I found. Okay. Oh. You found 10.
Yay.
And can you roll me a 3D1000? And that's how many. I don't know, you found exactly about a ton of it.
Hmm. So there's 10 under the town. This is
Mm,
only the first layer, though.
yeah. So,
He just continues going through it.
because remember, area where tin and copper is somewhat common, so that's why. If you remember,
Mhm.
even
Yeah,
though
we
it's
got the
desert on
LG.
top, even though it's desert on top, if you remember, it still was a jungle originally before.
Yep. And now we can actually formulate the town into a better looking shape. But for now, he's gonna keep going down into the tunnel. You know, there's
That's
probably many tunnels.
funny.
He's going like, okay.
Yeah, but you would have gotten to a point where you're getting to where there's multiple junctions. But I'd be right back for a quick minute.
It's
Okay.
funny. He's trying to rebuild a town when there's nobody there. Mm.
For now.
The town is desolate. I mean, not the town. This planet's desolate.
Desolate-ish.
It's more desolate. All you talking about? It's more desolate than the Detroit Denny's parking lot. Where homeless people murder each other over a $1 bill.
No one lives on that planet anymore. Besides you.
If that's what you think.
That's what your mom. That's why your mom. Like, that's what your mom wants you to think. Your mom wants you to think that nobody lives there, so you don't go there and get your pretty boy butt stabbed with a rusty needle. Nobody, because nobody suspects the rusty Inquisition. Yes, I replaced the word Spanish with rusty, and it still works.
But I get hiccups.
Oh, wait, what? What did you say? I thought you say, shit, I got fucked. Wait, you got fucked? Wait, what? How? You talking? How you still on call? I didn't think I would hear that.
Anyways. Mm. Just thinking. Okay. Well, like I said, you did get to a junction where there's multiple tunnels that go different directions. Point.
Yeah. And I realize now I should be lighting the tunnels.
But you
And I
didn't.
have no wood, and I didn't think of grabbing wood. So yeah, I guess you'll do some more.
Yeah. Yeah, going underground where you have no way to mark the way you're. But at least, yeah, but there were no branching off areas all the way back the way you came, so you can easily go back up the way you came.
Yeah. I think you will just go back right now and then go collect some harrow fruit.
Just, you know,
Root.
for what's funny, the harrow fruit's the only thing that's fucking surviving. Oh, yes, it lets you know some species did actually stay on or were left on the planets. The ones that can actually withstand this fucking type of environment.
Well, he's looking at keys, but probably when he gets back up. You know, you have to fly back up. He's like, I got to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're still here.
And like I have anything else better to do because I'm not really an engineer. I'm just a blacksmith, and there's too many people that knows how to do the same thing back where I'm at. So I'm bored out of my mind.
Yeah, but they're not as. I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, this one knows how to utilize a bit of things. So instead of being honest about his worth on that, he's just like, no, I'm just gonna keep him here.
Yeah, he's like rather not go back because there's like people all left because because no, there's not much survive here, but we had something that would survive kind of this desertification. Points at
Oh,
the
that
Harrow fruit.
reminds me. I forgot to start casting this. Oh shoot. My energy feels weird.
You also, it looks like your hair also looks funky. You also look a little funky.
I wasn't really paying attention at first until now.
This is kind of hard to not notice. This puts some of his hair in his face. It looks a little different. Like, yeah, this is kind of easy and hard. And you're also asymmetrical. And also your wings. Look at them.
Oh, but
That's kind of easy to know. That's kind of easy to know. One's feathers, the other one's not.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna care. Because this
Chaotic energy. It's okay.
I don't remember much.
Well, there's still some stuff around here that I can't remember. Oh, 1 second. Where's sick? Wait a minute.
Because thanks to the mind altering I did, he doesn't remember what the assailant looked like. And thanks to Yuri, he's no longer on a witch hunt for the person that attacked him, so he...
I smell a Diablos.
Yuri is honestly the only main reason why he saved Evelyn.
Evelyn, I smell a Diablos.
A Diablos, ooh.
So not all creatures are gone, but like I said, the creatures that survive in this type of environment.
Well, I'm gonna start getting some wood so I can actually lie down under the tunnel. I'm gonna most likely use the sound shop to sleep in for now, but I want to use it for provisions.
Let's see who this is the it's a favorite. Like it's a.
You know what? I should go there and check and see how the food is. I'm pretty sure they're still good. They're in the magical container. I didn't skimp on.
Yeah, they're still a magic container. It's just the building's gone.
Well, at least the sound shop is intact.
Yeah, the sandwich shop is fine, but also those containers that are there. If you have looks where the storage shed was, the containers are still there.
Oh, food. Hey, Keith, you want to make some sandwiches?
I kind of moved them inside the sandwich shop because I've kind of been hanging out here and asking if anyone wants to come back over here, but they're just kind of waiting for you to return before they did.
Oh, I keep forgetting. Wait. Oh yeah, my artifacts they no longer work. Probably 'cause I don't sense angels no more.
No, they still work. It's just something else is going on. Because I said they're in there.
Oh yeah, that area. That makes sense.
not over where they're inside. He's pointing. He's specifically pointing at your house, the half of the house that isn't destroyed.
Yeah, that. Well,
Mm.
either way, I need to get Oddball so that I can get him to cast a rain spell. Because there's no gems, and I have no gems on me. I think. Hold on, let me double check that. Actually, wait? Does he have his ring?
He still has his stuff. There's,
Okay.
like I said, they're in his freaking office. Some reason his office survived during that chaos, and that's where his artifacts and stuff
Wait,
is.
he goes to his office and goes to the secret area to see if that containment thing is still there.
It is. But you do notice when you go to your office, his box is sitting right there with all this shit on the desk. Even though
But
it's
he's
dusty.
already kind of alerted on the fact that, oh shoot, where's the secret artifacts? Are they all good?
No, yeah, they're fine
That's
down
when he
there.
went to the secret thing. Okay.
Yeah, but the sigils and everything still work, even though everything's covered in dust. Like no one has been there for 3 months.
Okay, I need to also make sure I put a cleaning rune down here. I'll
Yeah.
do that.
And then Case
and
sneezes. I'm okay.
he casts resuscitation around the area. Yeah, I'm gonna need to make a rune for that. Oh well.
Yeah, it's gonna it's sandy. And sand gets everywhere.
This is why I keep the spell. The spell is so good.
No. I mean, kind of. Only thing you don't have, like I said, is the living areas of the house is just gone.
I know, that's fine. I can always remake it.
The workshop part is fine, and the lower half of the house is still there.
Ooh, I wonder. Wait, did the wood storage also survive? Because it was within his workshop.
Yeah, that would have been fine. So you do have wood. It might be a little dry and dusty.
Yay. Well, no, because it was in the magic container. Remember? He made that so he can store a lot of wood in there. The wood logs in there.
Yeah, but it's still going to be covered in dust on the outside.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. What do you mean?
Oh, also my secondary blacksmithing stuff is in here too. Forgot about that.
Ooh.
Because I don't think only my anvil survived that situation.
It's fine. I'll make you the other stuff. Well, first things first, we need to get. I need to make either elevator and a stairway down to the mines that we now have for the town. And
Just have to watch out. Only we just have to watch out for the ants.
oh no, I'm gonna utilize the ants. The ants are gonna be like. Why do I feel like utilizing the ants? But
Food, unless they're poisonous.
no.
Bug meat? Why? No one wants to eat bug meat?
I'm fine with that. But no.
Hey, there could be worse things we could be eating.
Could it be the change? No.
Only thing I do know, that box of money is useless.
It's not useless. It's paper.
It's because there's no civilization that uses it right at the moment.
Yeah. I can just always store it and leave it there.
Or you can use it to make wiring.
One or the other.
Because it is materials, and also let you know, this is the only place that has that metal here. Because the other place doesn't have silver, gold, and platinum and copper. But it has these unique magic metals instead. Equivalents of stuff are more common. as he
And
pulls out a chunk of Boltonite
oh, it's
from his
normal
little,
tonight, though.
that one blue metal that's equivalent to
Yeah, as I
what is
say, he's
it?
like, oh, that's just normal Boltonite. Well, I just like more
Yeah, it's
Boltonite that's up there. And
yeah, it's more
Tatanite.
Boltonite. Uh, yeah, it's more common there, and so is the Tinsonite, the stuff that you combine with to make the green bronze, as well as the
I haven't made that in forever.
and then there's the stuff for um and I just realized no one ever thinks about using cyanide. You know that one metal that's between antimentine and roserite?
Yeah.
It's not a
Eh,
bad metal.
I mean,
I believe.
I think certain somebody has something made of it, but I don't think they actually use it.
It's a very, it's like I said, it's a material that is like it's a material in between the two of them.
Yeah,
But
but
it's
if
it's
you
a
make it
light
into the other thing, uh,
because you actually need it for an alloy.
isn't it tartasite or something like that?
No, you need it for a few things. You actually need it for something called uh, something that does need limus though. It requires to make a certain radiant metal.
He goes into the box right now and he grabs Oddball.
Eh,
He strips it.
he makes a joke. Who woke from me from my summer? I've been sleeping for that. Just kidding.
No.
This is all fucking Exodus's fault. Punts the bowl.
So, did I miss anything fun?
He's like missing anything fun.
And from what for shit?
The entire
Doesn't
operation
look like it
went
went too bad.
The entire operation was
As
bad
long as
shit.
people are alive, that's all I care the most.
I'm alive. I'm sure everyone in here with $50 are mostly alive. Yeah, your kids survived too.
Oh, that's good. I'm still confused on one thing though. But it's fine. I'm pretty sure everyone else is safe there, especially with the very kind of strongest dragon we had there. I forgot what his name was. It's been a bit.
Yeah, he's safely got moved along because since you had no reason to stay here either.
Everyone was like, peace, motherfucker. Woo.
Oh well.
That's why he's not here at the moment. He's more likely aim along with them.
Yep, at least you can keep everyone else safe.
Yeah, at least.
I need to wonder if you can cast a spell. I need it to rain.
Rain.
Mm-hmm.
When he tries to make it rain, it turns into steam.
Because it's too hot.
I guess we're gonna cast it a couple of times. I wish we had a water room, because then I could just utilize that.
So just I cast that at the highest level.
Yeah, what do you expect with divine things? They usually fuck everything up.
Motherfucker.
else he has in
Rain.
his book. He keeps looking through it. Hmm. I have that. I have that. I have that.
It makes it rain. He does it like 5 times. Then it finally sounds like it actually is raining outside, but it's very
Oh,
light.
and
But it's
we
but
got
it's
this
very
little.
foggy outside.
Eh. Oh,
Well,
okay.
at least I got it to rain.
Yeah,
I took
at least we got it somewhere. Why is there a book in here?
a book. What?
The grimoire. Because he's been doing nothing but taking stuff out of his storage room.
I think you were given a lot of random stuff from somebody else. Well, a alternate version possibly of you.
Hmm. I have weapons in here. I have my own weapon. He's like thinking. I'll deal with this book later. He just handed it to Oddball. Here, have fun with it. Figure out what it is, I guess. And he just goes to the back in his bag. I have this. I have this. Ooh, pie. This. Yeah, I had nothing for this. Only Doggo had it because I usually gave her all my stuff. Never really needed it.
I see.
Oh well. Hopefully there's something down in that stupid thing. Right now I need to go chop down some harrow fruit. I need to actually
Some
not even chop. I need to dig them out. So I can get the whole entire wood. I need to dig out like 2.
the bushes seem to be fine. They seem to be very hardy, unlike we actually thought they were. I'm surprised they even survived all that chaos. All it did is more lightly spread the seeds around everywhere. That's why they're scattered everywhere. And they only take 5 days to grow. You understand
Not
how?
a bad thing.
So that's why they're a little bit spread past where they're supposed to. After that chaos.
Mm.
But there was more than one location where they were growing. I do know. Wait.
Well, I just need to dig out 2. So he's gonna go ahead and start going out there in the fog.
Yeah, but there's
and...
also down logs outside, even though they've been sitting. No, actually, no. Never mind. They would be degraded by the freaking weather from the last several months.
Yeah. He'll just
But
rip
remember,
out. Not rip out. He should be digging. Yeah. He's gonna take his
but
tools and start digging that.
but don't you have wood down in the one lower half area? The wood inside the building.
I would,
Yes.
but these guys are more resistant to anything right now, so I need temperature things rather than magical things at the moment.
They are a magical thing.
Yeah, but not that much. Well, you know what I mean. They can handle all the temperatures. Also, I have a feeling that if these things get attacked by the ants, I don't feel like replacing them, so I need something temporary that I don't really care about.
More likely to be interesting to the fruit.
Taming ants. Oh boy.
Don't know. Don't wanna risk it. Also, if I end up collapsing here, I don't feel like losing my wood. I have a limited amount of wood, and I don't feel like losing it. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to even plant my trees.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll grow very well in this.
I'll try to fix it. Eventually. Wait, why is there recipes in here? The fuck? Who's putting random shit in my storage? Size. I'll take these. I don't feel like doing the blueprints right now.
Well, that's what you get for sitting in a cocoon for a while. Could have done something with that stuff, I guess.
Anyway, I have a whole free planet now with lots of resources on it. I'm not complaining. Also, I was in there on purpose. I don't even know what even happened. Kind of foggy.
I don't know what moved you either, because you used to be a different location.
I was?
Yeah, you were in Limbo.
Why was I in Limbo?
My answer was complicated. Because you some reason turned to that and no one knew what to do with you, so they moved you there. Temporarily. You originally were in Purgatory.
I was in Purgatory.
Well, you may have went through something that was mind-breaking.
Excited me for a moment. No, nothing's coming to mind. Did I attack someone?
Attacked you.
No, I remember I was attacked by some stupid divine. That's all I remember.
Well, there was sick.
A sick divine? Like, wait, there's a sickness for divines?
Yes.
What, is it like rabies?
It's kind of a I would classify it as rabies.
I wasn't ever told that divines can get rabies.
It's not rabies, it's something else.
Well, I know, but it's honestly just rabies.
Yeah, well, it's called data corruption. Where they're turned into a data form like monster version of themselves, or sometimes a heartless version of themselves.
So basically rabies. Fun. Huh. So that means, but this can happen again. So I need to prepare more defense.
But it's curable, unlike rabies.
Yeah, true.
So, meaning them in being at state is meaning that they are not really them. The same. Meanwhile, out of character, they're classifying data glitching rabies. Like,
yeah, no. But it's like, huh. So I'm assuming Angela scared it. Oh well.
Or why does say that she maybe was inflicted by it?
Nah, Allie doubt she'd be affected by it. She's too mean to too much crap.
No, that's not. Remember, she's connected to her environment. If something corrupts a good chunk of her environment, it will inflict her.
What do you mean by a good chunk of the environment? There was no corruption in the area unless it was something out in the base that was corrupted to high hell.
It was another sub-location that she's connected more than just this place for in.
No, I know that, but what got corrupted so bad if that was the case?
It was in the reality plane.
That's corruptible?
Yes, there was a hole in the ceiling somewhere where it was filled with corruption. And it might unintentionally cause her to be corrupted and may have made her into it may have done something to her that caused her to do something to you.
So I
Why?
turn her into the assailant. So not only does it turn you into a feral type, it also transforms you into a different type altogether.
Makes you physically completely change the way she looked as well.
Huh.
And her
That's kinda
signature.
scary. That means it can affect me, it can affect Ernest, Eratos, Exodus,
Everybody.
Gaia. That's no one has any way to actually have alerts just in case something happens.
No, we do. We have ways to detect it. It's just someone also has the ability of foresight when severe outbreaks happen, and we
Maybe
just
that's
from
less
my
dangerous then.
Oh,
well, only time we at the time Angelus was actually. This lets you know Angelus was still broken still at the time too. They were missing the pieces of themselves. That's why they kept on getting issues and not seeing things that was underneath things that we keep on seeing. And finally, we managed to clean it completely. Then something else happened.
Hmm.
So the thing that attacked you was was actually a corrupted Angelus.
No, I get that now, but how? At that point, that's like a huge issue. How did no one not like prepare anything?
It's
it'd be
because
fun.
someone didn't know where it was. It was almost a little too late. And she disappeared randomly. We don't know where she went. Then she randomly started targeting you out of the blue. Then they realized that she was corrupted by something, but we can't cure her directly because it's something in the environment that was causing it. We've been trying to figure out. They were trying to fiddle around with the computer, thinking that was the source of the problem. It's above all machine. But no, it was something in the fucking ceiling.
What you're
Mhm.
saying is that my luck honestly got me.
Yes. And it wasn't her fault. She was
Because
sadly couldn't have any control of herself.
it could have killed almost everyone else. Instead, I was the unlucky individual. I don't know if I should
Yes.
feel happy or annoyed about that.
She actually, once she came to her senses, she's realized what she did, but she doesn't remember what she did because she actually didn't during that whole period of time. Because she'd being corrupted and restored back to normal, you don't actually remember what the fuck you did while you were corrupted. That's the drawback about it.
I'm like, rabies, you literally don't know jack. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, so that's why everyone she was a little in denial that she actually did it a few times, and then she finally realized wait, I beat the shit out of him. Like it's over you.
I have no Angelus feeling right now, so I don't know
Angelus
what her did. I have a different energy though.
Yeah, she's still around. She just can't be exactly here at the moment because of the change. Even though the negative thing happened, she actually also got stronger.
Yeah.
And also changed a lot, and to the point where she can't actually be in our plane anymore. Or
I'm trying to
what's it?
figure out what a corrupted Exodus will do.
I don't know.
Not even where Gaia.
Well, I don't. Data corruptions usually caused by, usually related by a mental break related in a digital space. That's a very
But she
severe
wasn't
one.
mentally broken at that time.
No, it was actually caused by something, a contamination.
Yeah, we're gonna need to fix that eventually. Right now, I'm not to prepare for when divines go apeshit. Thanks for that now.
Well, it's clean. It's actually clean. And actually, we've been the most organized actually ever since after certain things that we've been put together. So it's easier to keep track of things when something does, and we always make sure we always constantly scan things just in case. Actually, things in the walls. Casually, this feels like he's like poking casually some at Augie.
Augie's like, yeah, I'm fucking scanning, damn it. Meanwhile, Linnell relaxing in the reality planes, and she's like, finally, I can just sit back and have my mojito.
So to make sure there's no crap between the fucking walls. It's the one meme. It's in the walls. Meme.
It's in the walls. It's in the walls. There's dicks on the walls.
That shit is terrifying. Because the one that also got this explained to them is actually Alaric's. Why the corruption's horrible. Is he knows it's a terrible thing. But what's interesting, he's a character that's actually immune to it. Because Ernest is actually immune to it.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that. Because of a special reason.
I mean, it doesn't mean it can't be violated by data tentacles.
But there was a situation where he was cornered and kind of kamikazed himself because of a certain situation a long time ago. Meanwhile, back to our sketching program.
Yeah, so right now, like I said, he's digging out 2 bushes so that he can convert them into torches.
These bushes are not small.
Oh, I know.
They're size of large human-sized houses, if you want to know, remember. And they're still hardy as heck, and so they have a lot of fruit still on them as well. And they're not have changed any other than they just look fine. And also, if you notice when you uprooted them from another spot, underneath them is the only place that seems to still have grass. In other words, something about the harrow fruit seems to revigorate the ground where it's planted. Even though it's not a lot, but it does seem to revigorate a 10-foot area underneath it back into normal soil after it gets fully back to fully grown size. The harrow fruit bushes. You'll notice that when you remove the bush.
Yeah, but right now he's just trying to get it out of the ground. So you can turn
Yeah,
it
but
into
yeah, I know, but you'll just notice that.
Yeah.
Underneath,
I'm sure
it'll
pull it out, but he will. And he'll just take it to his workshop.
And remove the berries, the fruits on it, because it still has a bunch of them on there.
I mean, he's gonna have to trim it off anyway, so he just brought it all into his workshop.
Also, I just let you know, once you took that thing out of the ground, all the fruit fell off.
Ooh. He puts it to a storage room.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It had fruit still on it. Because, like I said, they're still growing.
Because I'm making the torches. Yeah, he's not really putting much effort into it. I'm not sure how long it takes me to make these torches.
Not really. Matters how many you're making.
I'm turning 2 bushes into torches.
Let me do. Okay. Just roll me a d4. It's okay. Okay. And then roll me a 3d100.
Wait, 300?
3d100. That's how much you managed to make in that time.
Ooh.
But you didn't use all the bushes, though. So that's how much you would be able to do in that time. So
Yeah, and if you look up, it's still nice and hot, right?
yeah.
Yeah, then yeah, I guess he would just start going into the hole. Like, well, since it's still daylight, see the hole like we.
All right, I got the, so you're gonna put. I'm gonna get the 10, or you're just gonna ignore it, or
In order to what?
the 10 in the wall. Bumble makes that
Yeah,
comment.
because I can't mime it.
Yeah, it is there. Quite a bit of 10. Just have to remember it's there.
That's the whole point of me putting torches here. I should put a sign here for Tim, actually. I'll do that next time. Maybe it would go down back to where he was at before. Until
You
you
know
can
the
see that.
junction.
Yeah. And I think it's
Yeah.
going to go to the right junction.
The junction can splits off into 3 directions.
I'll go to the
There's-
farthest right, then.
Okay. This one seems to go further. Seems to be more sloping more heavily downwards.
I found the right tunnel. And he just stabs another torch into the wall. And lights it, and continues going. That's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, I should be rolling my roll, huh?
Let's see if you can find anything along the way. Because
Yeah.
it is still soft at the moment because you're still in the soft area, but there's still a chance to find material there. Beans.
I rolled 23.
Either I need you to roll that d12 again to see what you
Oh.
find.
Ooh,
Oh, you found something rare. That would be a d3.
a D3. Okay.
What it would be.
3.
Well, you have to find the rarer one of the 3. Okay, fine. You know that material I keep on talking about a bit ago?
Yeah.
The cyanide? You found some of that.
Ooh.
And if you want to know what describe what it looks like, it's a teal-colored metal that looks like it has a reptile scale, pattern. If you wanted to know.
Ooh.
And I need you to roll me a
What's it
to
called
the
again? Sim what?
it's cyanide.
Okay.
Here.
And what else do you want me to do?
Roll me a 2d 1,000. Ooh, nice. Another uh, a little bit over a ton of it. Even though that material is actually lighter than antimentine, but it's not as light as roserite. It's like somewhere in the middle between the two of lightness. But it's highly magically conductive, though, if you wanted to know. It's good at. It's a conduit that's good for channeling magical energy.
Okay.
So it has a use. It's very useful, but it has also a property for alloys down the line that requires Linus and time align later to make something called tartar ice. Right.
Hmm.
Which is actually the one of the strongest that also requires a little tiny bit of regular antimentine combined with it as well to make this metal, and it's like a very strong metal.
Okay.
It's a type of alloy, and I think it's a alchemical alloy, and I think that's the highest one. It's the one of the weird. It can channel time channel like type magic a little easier, as well as radiant energy.
That's gonna be a cool combination to utilize when I make some. Right now, he just gonna keep going down the tunnel.
But at the moment, it's just a neutral magic right now. When it's
Yeah.
cyanide.
Right now, you just keep going. So,
What random other shit you can find. Doo-doo. Well, let's see if I need to do to see if there's anything acting if a certain dog runs across an encounter. Because he's still traveling doesn't mean he's still going through somewhat kind of wilderness. So we'll still kind of maybe find something along the way. Catbox,
Yeah.
you know. I'm just gonna see if there's any random encounter. No, you're actually having a peaceful trip this time. I guess it was just that one time you had a pickle.
Yep.
But it was an aggressive one. It was just going after a wolf for a snack. That was actually being normal. But so you're just having you're just having normal time during this evening, I guess,
Oh.
because it would be evening where you are, because the time is a little different there, because you have a normal 24 hours
Mhm.
over there, if you remember.
Yes.
So time is all unlike Horus, where it has 30 hours in a day. That's the difference between the two planets. I bet it's gonna be a bit interesting him getting used to the time being 24 hour and versus it being 30. It's after a
His
while.
sleep schedule. I mean, after a few months as it's been now, it's probably starting to get used to it, but his sleep schedule is still a little weird where, like, after like a week, he ends up going to bed in the morning and waking up as the sun sets.
be right back.
Basically, like wakes up, he goes to bed like maybe at 9, and then wakes up right about when the sun's about to go down.
Yeah, his sleep schedule's all wacky. Because they're not used to it being only 24
Yeah.
hours in a day.
He goes to bed at 900 hours and goes to wake up at 1700 hours.
It's because, well, at least he gets to interact. Sadly, when most of the individuals are just have really weird sleep schedules, but they're so used to having a longer amount of daylight, so they're just a little confused. Like, we don't have as much sun.
Yeah. Alex also will have no intentions on leaving this planet either.
It's okay. There's plenty of resources in here.
So I guess
Okay,
we'll be traveling for a few days.
He's just that's one of he's already classified a day going by. Because remember, things go a little faster over there.
Yeah. So I guess each one of these squares is like a day of travel.
About
Yeah, roughly a day of travel. Probably close to like 23 or 22 hours of travel.
yeah, that's generally what's going on. That's why I was just doing and on occasion see if there's encounters or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's still chances of them, even if it's a traveled area. They're not common, but there's a small chance of running across them. At least you won't run across human problem encounters. Humanoid problem encounters yet. If you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah.
Bandits are not a thing yet.
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, okay, so one of the things he did do, I think if you look on the maps or whatever. Actually, I don't think I sent you that map. But he had walls put up in socks. Wood walls for now, but that would have been one of the things he would have requested and had put up during time skips.
You just never put it in the actual thing.
I put it in
Is it
the
still?
map. I just
Then give it to me.
yeah, I have a current map of it.
I'll worry about that later.
Yeah. Yeah, so I need to send it to you. Not that he's going to be going back to socks for a while, but by the time he actually goes back, this will probably be a different map too. I'll show you what it currently is. Probably by the end of the month. Because when he left, he was just having the brewery district be put together, and in this map, the brewery district is done.
Okay.
See,
Unless
it's
you
like
need to
up
do a trade,
there in the
unless
corner.
you need to do a trade adventure to
Go
um
back. Mm.
to go to under that direction, because it would be the safest direction to go is to go there.
Yeah, if you had to go through the mountains or something.
Or go to the other sub
Or to like
section he needs,
this unnamed region over here.
as well as the maybe eventually needing to drop off resources to, because remember he does have a trade agreement with Boy.
Yeah.
So whenever if he wants us to go over there to see what he wants to trade with anything, because it's more likely he wants to come visit first once he's able to
Yep,
see what he wants.
talking about Poi socks, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
the king over there.
Um,
Because that's what he said. That's why he gave him the wagon first.
one of
That's
the
why he's like, if he's not paying,
things there probably
why.
would be
His
a like
so
port eventually put together over here. Because there's gonna be a port on the northern side, on I guess the Arcan Ocean, which is what I labeled it as, because I mean, Alrix and Arcadia both have, have this body of water up here as a pretty important body of water connected to both of them.
as well as the and equestrians, those sapient ponies.
Yeah.
That's another species, and as well as the Thessians kind of have that water as well.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of a good name. I was like, whatever.
It's not.
This.
It's a shared. It's kind of a more likely the major trade-ish area water.
I did name this ocean over here because that's really like Alex is the only one facing this direction towards this ocean.
'Cause
On this side. Oh, shit, hold on. Oops. On this side. On the east side? Yeah,
I need
east
to
side.
open. Need to go look into what you're doing because I'm looking at a different map.
Oh, sorry.
If I don't run over myself.
Yeah, so there would be a port put here. And then, of course, there's this ocean facing this way. And this sea area down here. If you look at the main map, the land kind of goes like that. So that kind of creates a little sea there.
You mean the primary map or the step
Yeah,
one?
the primary on the primary map, the land goes like that, where it kind of curves around and creates like a almost greater Gulf area. But it'd be too big to be a Gulf. It will be part of the wider ocean area. In terms of how geography and stuff.
Wants to behave.
Yeah, how geography behaves. Yeah, so somebody in the port will go. That would be a port there. I assume if he did come in, that's the way he would come in. Is like, if he came in by ship, he'd come in that way. Cause I'm pretty sure he's on this side, right? Yeah, he'd be on that side. He would not be able to come in from the south. Looking at the map, there's no way he'd be able to come in from the south. Either way, I guess.
1 second, where is it? Is it this folder? Yeah, it's this folder. Oop. I'm gonna put you on this one for a second.
Okay. Yeah, there we go. This also helps me because it's like, what land did they have? This is where he is, yes. So he would come along
That's where the king
this
would
way.
be this here. Because there's this. That's where the primary city, their capital is.
Right down there, okay. Either
That
way,
little weird.
he
inlet
would.
there.
He would have
Remember,
to
he
come
also
along.
owns this stuff over all around this area too, that he hasn't done anything with it.
Well, I thought he'd give it to Alrix. It's like, I don't want to deal with it. Because that's why it's in green.
Yeah, but he still owns it. Yeah, that's why it's in green. But he hasn't. You haven't done anything with it because you don't have enough people to do anything with it at the moment.
Yeah. Assume he would come along that way or something, or... It would probably be the quickest route. Not
Would be
sure
by
how much...
ocean.
Not sure how much time like sailing around that would save. Would actually be more like
Because they do have the road that they have connected, but we just don't have it on the map.
oh, there's actually a road connecting them.
now. Enough time has actually have as you would have. That's why you have a wagon
Oh.
that was given to you. As it's a
Alright.
road connected from here, going all the way across, all the way to your that town specifically that you were originally at.
Alright. I guess you take me back to the main map, the overarching, not the overarching, the, Oka map.
Second.
Yeah. That way I'll... I'm just gonna like draw out the way the road probably went. Something like
Which
that.
started from generally. But I would carefully would have went over to where you were.
Yeah. Alright, well. I guess it would just be enjoying his trip in the meantime.
Yep. Do. So is Slugdred dead?
No. No, I live, Percent of the Grave. It strangles the guy at the funeral procession. He's like, I live! I can kill your sire! And now I am dead. Come back to life in a stick of vengeance.
Okay.
I'm here. I think you would have gotten done explaining everything and whatnot.
I was also the ones like sitting there like, I think the gentleman's awake.
And Gilbo's like, this is gonna be awkward.
And he went down into an anthole.
He's like, oh, that's just Evelyn. He does that all the time. He does this all the time. It's Evelyn. He's just pulling in Evelyn. That rascal.
Did you forget Parafruit can grow in desert regions?
Yep, but I'm not staying on a planet where most of the surface water was vaporized.
But Parafruiter's hydrating.
Is like, I know, but if I can't take a bath, it's not worth it. Because I'll be stinky. And I'm not living in desert.
Now.
Nose do this makes it rain.
Like, with how hot that place probably is, I think it would just turn to mist. I don't even think it would be rain.
It'll turn into rain if you're determined enough.
I'm not wasting that many spell slots.
You'd be surprised. Mm.
She's like, I'm a lot weaker than you. I only have so many spells.
Also, here's another thing. You just goes underneath the arrowroot bushes and see what it does to the soil.
Yeah, but you realize that would take like several thousand years to spread those bushes all the way across the entire planet.
I know, but we're in a savanna. That's a desert. Let you know, a arrowroot, since it's in a savanna, being planted in this type of soil, enriches a 30-foot area. If it's been in semi-sandy soil, it can only rejuvenate only a 10-foot area.
Oh man, yeah, that would mean it would take even longer. Oh no.
But if the ground was just straight up just polluted dirt, if you plant it in the ground, you'll rejuvenate it completely normal, because it's because it's actually this dry. Is it actually? Because remember, this stuff can clear my asthma.
And clear your asthma.
It can clear your asthma.
My asthma, the
I know.
disease for bullshit.
Yeah, I know. It's disgusting shit you don't want to get in your lungs. I'll give you cancer.
From my knowledge, rotten potatoes actually can cause that to occur if they're not careful. But if it gets the correct mold on it. Anyways. Still wants to throw hands with the person that caused the damage. Sadly, most of other people want to do it. Most of us maybe do, but we can't do anything about it. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll laugh.
Also, they keep doing things strange, like that just pulled me out of storage when they could have just waited, because Angelus was going to eventually do it anyways. Properly by putting me over there, and now I'm stuck over here waiting. I guess I can wait till the time where someone has to go back over somewhere else. Looks at Davu. Because isn't Davu there at the moment?
Yeah, she is. She's just eating potato chips.
Again.
What's funny is She is eating potato chips that are shaped like Morgan Freeman's face.
Hmm. That's what I have in my bag of holding still. He pulls out those individual single like peanut butter cups. He pulls out one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I still have this.
And
Wait. I have candy. Puts it away.
Dobby then pulls out of her his little bag, like the one can of the one spicy chili dog food looking stuff. You know the can fest, the one that Genghis said that one time. You know it's what I'm referring to.
Wait, do I have anything lost, forgotten artifacts from the old days in my thing that are not artifacts, but this old lost things of weird food items? Oh, he pulls out a can of something called cram.
And she's like, "Oh, is that like meat, Jim, in a can?" Yeah.
You know, whatever that Fallout equivalent of spam.
Yeah, cram. It's even in Fallout Equestria too. Yeah.
I still have that. Still have that.
Very common loot.
I have that still. I still have. Why do I have this?
Meanwhile, Java's also digging through her own bag. She's like, "Wait, why do I also have this?" He's
Is
like,
this toilet green?
She sniffs it and she's like, "Yeah, that's human flesh." Yeah.
Why do I have this again?
I don't know why you have it because consuming human flesh is illegal.
Oh, I remember now. I got it for contraband from somebody, and I was gonna report it, and everything went to shit. Everything went to shit. I don't remember. Puts it back in his bag.
Who wants to have Soylent Green?
No, he actually took it from someone as they did not know what it was. Then he had to explain what it was. Then he had to take it from them. Then he was going to report it, and then all that sort of shit, so they can crack down who were actually been providing unknown people that didn't know what it was. Soylent Green.
I mean,
If you know it anyway.
Yeah.
At the time, yes, he was cracking down people that were trying to hide human meats and things. That's what he was doing. Then everything went to crap. That's literally what I was doing, if you remember that. He just like let go of. Yes, people were eating sapient individuals have been trying to figure out what was doing it. But then everything else went weird. Anyways. Then everyone wanted, I guess everything wanted to freeze instead.
Dobby though explains why everything froze.
Yeah, because someone stole someone's heart. And then someone also wasn't listening to someone either. So.
And Sam sends a text to him saying they didn't listen to me either. They also didn't listen to Jack. They also didn't listen to various other people.
Yeah, I kind of try to do something, but instead, I was playing cop.
Yes. And yank my cop. Yes. Is what Sam jokingly posed back. Yes, yank my cop. Do it.
Don't make me throw this toilet green in your face.
And he's like, I plant. I'll just eat it. You become a brave little human flesh.
I didn't know what to do with this contraband.
And he's like, throw it into the, just eat it into the sun. The sun's right there. Just one good eat. Just throw it. Burn up, going exiting the planet.
Somebody doesn't. Only Dennis, just don't throw it too hard and put too much energy in it and accidentally blow up the sun. Like you did that one time. Like you did that one time. Do you remember that, Gilbo?
Gilbo's like, all
That
I
was
remember
funny,
was
though.
pain.
That was funny.
All I remember was pain.
No, we weren't not on the planet. We were somewhere else. It was just like we were just trying. We were just standing in our our outfits and that stuff, just chilling. And then some random thing smacked him in the face. He got angry and he threw it at the sun a little too hard. Then he unintentionally blew up the sun nearby.
And Gilbo's like, man, could you imagine people realized the sun gave some people skin cancer and went to war with the sun? That'd be crazy, wouldn't it?
Actually, that's happening.
What?
Shows the random video.
The
video from Trios.
Oh yeah, we're Bourbon the polar bear is like, the sun is giving me skin cancer, and thusly I shall go to war with the sun.
Even though it has a barrier.
Over the planet. And none of his shit can hit the sun.
And divine intervention. Barrier. But they can see it in the video because they're champions and heroes. But no one that isn't that, they don't see it.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh.
It's because he just never removed it because he's like, I don't feel like it. It's gonna stay there. Because I don't think I want to fix an entire planet. If someone blows up the sun. You know, it's a very entertaining thing. At least it gives us something to look at till he runs out of resources to throw at the freaking sun. Till Shen gets time to gets motivated to actually treat his cancer. Like, but T. A random text-based group chat that some reason exists.
Next thing you know, volcano occurs in the polar bear land, and Bourbon's like, Mother Nature's tend to kill us. Thusly, we shall now go to war with nature. Fire the nukes.
Oh no.
Blow up the volcano. Nuke it.
Meanwhile, lucky I'm not in charge of that at the moment. The only one that's currently available that's kind of nature related is just a certain Snivy.
Yes, Sam's trying to reason with Bourbon, saying, I could take the cancer away if we will stop the launching radioactive materials. Yeah. It's like, stop. Like, brother, enough is enough.
Oh, it causes cancer. Wait. Anyways.
Mm.
Mm.
I bet the Asuka are like, what the fuck are these guys in the North Pole doing?
Mm.
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 You know, the Bears are like, nuke everything that hurts us. He's like,
Meanwhile,
did you break your foot on the well? We'll blow up the well.
they're kind of. I think someone's just angry at everything. Because remember, he's over where the dogs are.
Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, where the dogs are. You see some missiles and lasers and all kinds of shit going up where the bears are.
Mm.
Bourbon is pissed.
Because he can't. He's fighting with divine intervention.
He wants to get retribution on the sun, even if it's the last thing he does. But they're not letting him. He's getting frustrated, but he can't get retribution. That is suffering.
Anyways, meanwhile, back to what we're railing back to what we're supposed to be doing.
I know.
Meanwhile, time is. Why am I getting tired early?
Because you didn't get coffee. You usually get coffee for the game. Did you forget to get coffee?
I don't feel like making myself a cup of coffee. Because I don't want to get out of my room.
Yeah, because usually a couple whenever you would go on your drive, you would usually pick up coffee before we do the game.
No, because I don't have money for coffee.
Yeah, that would explain it. You don't have the money for coffee right now.
I only have money for soda, and the soda sadly doesn't have enough caffeine.
Just fuck! I should have reminded you to probably make coffee before you started the game. That shouldn't have I. Fuck.
Because I do have stuff for coffee, but it's just I forgot to make it. Because my brain wanted to.
Well, if you're tired, well then we can call it. You can call it for now. If you're too tired to continue, then we'll have to call it.
Yeah. I'm too tired to continue.
All right. Uh, gonna move ahead a few days so Alrix is a little bit closer.
Yeah.
That way he's like 2 days out or something.
I return.
Actually,
We're calling it here.
because I'm getting EP.
Okay.